Hi everyone, thanks for joining us to today's webinar around the TourRadar agent and advisor solution. Thanks for taking the time. I know it's midday for most of us joining today. I'm based actually in Vienna in Europe, where our headquarters is, and it's the end of the day. So I get to finish the day with an amazing finish and showcasing you how our solution works. My name's Mark, and I'm part of the agent and advisor support team here at TourRadar. If you have any questions throughout, you can send them through, and I will answer them either throughout or towards the end of this session. So before we jump into the agent solution side of things, I wanted to give you a bit of a background about TourRadar, where we came from and where we are today. So TourRadar was founded in 2010 as a lead generation model, but we soon moved into actually taking the bookings and payments from the customers and transformed into the marketplace and the adventure distribution platform that we actually became today. We wanted to become the pioneer when it comes to the go-to platform on the multi-day touring and organized adventure sector, because back in the day there was nothing around that focused on that more complex product of multi-days. So we've been busy over the last 12 years really to increase the supply, work with tour suppliers worldwide. That goes to your big name brands like G Adventures, Intrepid, the Travel Corporation, river cruise operators like Scenic and Avalon, all the way to very small local businesses and DMCs in each of the countries. So we've been really working hard to ensure that there's an adventure for everyone out there, and every age bracket, every budget, and every adventure style, from extreme expeditions to your local culinary experiences, as well as river cruises, as I mentioned before. And then realizing, obviously, we have built such a great inventory, we actually decided to start our own agent advisor program to help partners like yourself to take advantage of our existing supply. We're doing the vetting, we're doing the commercial agreements. We wanted to just provide an easy to use compare and booking platform for travel agents and advisors. So we've started this whole travel agent solution and dashboard bit over a year ago, and obviously still working on improving and optimizing everything to make this whole booking process for our advisors as easy as possible. But now let's jump into agents advisor solution that we offer. If you haven't done so already, the first step, obviously, to join our program is to simply register and create an account. So we do have the tourradar.com/agents platform, as you can see here on my screen, which will give you all the information as far as what are we all about, what we're offering, and where you then can actually register for your free agent account. So I'll just showcase you how the setup works, what is happening in the back end, and then also going a bit more into detail as far as how you can actually start utilizing our supply and start booking for your clients. So for this one, let's pretend you've already created an account and registered. Let's go over to the agent dashboard. It's a very hopefully simple and straightforward dashboard for all our agents to use. I'll just briefly walk you through what you can actually see here. So this is one of the test accounts that we have created, Llama Adventures, just to be fun and engaging. So on the first part of the dashboard, what you can see is pretty much an overview and snippets of everything that you can expect through our site. So the first part that stands out right now is that we just recently had an operator spotlight where we had Intrepid join us to actually showcase features on a webinar such as this one. So we do hold regular webinars every Wednesday. It's either destination focused, operator focused, or in general just TourRadar agent focused, with data insights, how to use our form, and how to optimize everything that's on our site already. Then immediately after here, you can see if once you start booking, how much commission is actually pending, how much commission you've earned, to give you a quick overview on what's out there waiting for you. Obviously, we created a help center as well, just for your quick and easy questions that you can get access to. We're also highlighting a few of our top adventures as well as top operators throughout our sites that you can see. And then various links and subcategories, and I'll walk you through each of them. So the first part, once you create your actual account, is making sure that your company details are up to date. You can choose your currency, you can add your travel accreditation, your company logo as well, because I'll show you where that will pop up later to make it a bit more customized when you're actually talking to your clients and sending and sharing links with your clients through our site. So first step, just a quick and easy filling in of the company details. The next part, since you've created the account and logged in, you will be the admin of this account. If you're working with a lot of colleagues and other travel agents, you are able to pretty much set up travel agents under your account that can set up their own account that is associated with yours, and then you can start making bookings all in one page. So if you just want to make sure that your company that you're working for, all the bookings, all the payouts are coming through one centralized system, this would be the way to go about it. If you're associated with a bigger host agency or consortia, then no worries at all. We do work with a few already that have set up a bigger account where you can potentially be added underneath as well. We would just need to know who you're working with, and then we can help you get this all set up as well. The next important part, obviously, before you start making bookings is making sure that you enter a payout details as well as payment methods. Payout details is pretty much the account where you would want your commission to be sent to. Before, obviously, we will follow up if it's not filled out, if there's commission pending already, but it's always good to get this set up right away. So as soon as commission becomes due, our finance team can initiate the payout to you. If you, the other part here is the payment methods. This is pretty much if you have a company credit card or if you start paying for adventures for your customers with your credit card, you could enter your payment method here and it will pop up later at the actual booking page. But I'll get to that once I'll showcase you how everything works on the site. It's not this part is not needed if you usually use the customer's credit cards. This is also an option later on, but again, I'll get to that as we go along. The other part here as well is obviously a reporting section from a financial side of things, so you can keep track what has been paid out to you already, what is still pending, what currencies, if you're dealing with different currencies as well, are due to be paid, the actual payout details. Again, this will populate once the bookings and inquiries are flowing in, but here you can find everything that's been pending, even monthly commission. You can see and track how you're going about on a monthly basis. And then the last tab really here is pretty much, besides the payout method, the most important one is actually tracking and keeping an overview of your bookings. As I've mentioned before, there's an admin account and a travel agent account. If you have a travel agent account, you will only be able to see your bookings. If you are signed in with an admin account on your agent dashboard, you will be able to see all the bookings that every agent is making. So I'm on the company bookings right now because I'm an admin, and I can actually see that I've created one inquiry, Clemens has made 2 inquiries, and then Patrick Show as well, 1 inquiry. So this gives you a quick overview of the value of the tour, the departure dates, the name of the tour, and when the last message has actually been sent. And even the status of the inquiry, if it's an open inquiry, if it's a confirmed booking, if it's a declined booking or hold, because those are all options we do have. You can click on each of these sections, but before we go into that, because that's more on the booking specific side of things, I actually wanted to go over to the TourRadar website and kind of guide you through the flow of how to utilize TourRadar. So I'm already signed in with my travel agent account, and as you can see here, it's a small customization feature, but it pretty much gives you an indication that you are signed with your account if you have added your logo to the company profile section. This comes in handy because if you've actually started and sent out tour detail pages and links to customers from TourRadar, they can actually see your logo. So it's a bit more of a customized side of things, and the credibility, obviously, not just sending them to a random page that they might have not heard about. So in the first instance, how to use TourRadar, obviously we work with a lot of products. So if you already know a destination that you potentially want to go to, or your customers want to go to, the quickest way to find something would be just to narrow down the search right in the first instance. So let's just go real quick. I'm typing in Tanzania just because I am heading there this year. I know when I want to go, when I have requested my trip on my vacation, and then you can choose between adventure styles. Either you can choose all of them, group adventures where you're joining a pre-existing tour, obviously private adventures if it's your small group of friends or family that you're traveling with, and then the self-guided adventure. For this one, I'll just click on all of them and click on search. So this gets you to a tour destination page. The first and most important part, as you can see, obviously there's 250 plus tour packages in Tanzania. So there's a lot of packages out there that you can be choosing from. So the first instance would be really to narrow down your search. Hopefully your customers have given you, and your clients have given you a bit of a guideline, how much time they have, what potential budget they're having, how adventurous the tour should be. So this is all something that you can actually apply with the filters on the left-hand side here. So in the first instance, I'm getting, let's say, 10 days vacation. So I'm gonna kind of give a range of how much time I potentially want to spend in Tanzania. So between 8 and 11 days. Already is narrowing down the search. You can see I'm gonna join a group tour. What else do I want? I want to go on a fun hiking and trekking adventure, and I want to see Mount Kilimanjaro. So gonna go all out, and I'm gonna actually type in a budget as well that I want to spend. So let's keep it between 1,400 and 2,600 euros. Be aware that I'm seeing it in euros because I'm based in Europe. But if you're actually looking on the site from the US or Canada, you will see it in your respective currency as well. So now I've started applying some filters. I'm gonna go up, and all of a sudden you can see there's only 71 Tanzania packages left. When you're looking through, obviously 70 is still a lot of packages that you can go through, but that's why we've created certain features on our site to kind of help you guide making the right decisions. So our site's pretty much ranked by one of the aspects is reviews, partners that we worked with a lot, and also by the badge that you can see here. So certain partners do have a certain badge. We have a silver, gold, and platinum badge. This pretty much just indicates that the partner has good reviews collected over the last couple of years. They have great response times. They are just providing overall a great customer service experience. So this should give you an indication of the trust level with those certain suppliers. A few partners do not have a badge yet, but please don't be discouraged by that, just because obviously we're working with suppliers that were just recently onboarded, recently vetted, and might not have reviews yet, but are working on that. All the partners that we are working with, they're going through a full-on vetting process as well. So we want to make sure they have the right customer service levels that are adhering to our standards. They get the support from us. We're holding and guiding them through the process, making sure they're responding in a reasonable time to all our customers and travel agents as well. So there's really that aspect. If obviously a supplier, gets a lot of inquiries, sometimes you have to keep in mind it's a very small family business, maybe in a certain destination, but the TourRadar support team's always on top to help the travel agents, but also the tour suppliers to manage through the amount of inquiries, or in general about how they're responding to our customers. So in this case, I'm just gonna go with the ease of the first tour, Kilimanjaro trek, 8 days. It's with G Adventures, a brand that might be familiar with you. And I'm actually going to open a page, and this opens up a tour detail page. So there's a lot of information on that first page. Immediately up here, I'm like once you get the hang of it, what you have to look for, where to find information will be very easy. But I'll try to point out everything, obviously, as we're going through the page. In the first instance, obviously, quick information. It's 8 days. Start and end is in Moshi. So up here, you can see book with flexibility. That kind of just indicates that this operating partner does allow certain aspects when it comes to changing the tour, canceling the tour, changing the departure dates. All those aspects are part of the book with flexibility agreement that the operator has provided. Again, physical rating, age range, the group size, because group size is sometimes very important for certain customers. This is all indicated here as well. You can see that the tour is operated in English. We do have a few other partners that operate in, or they can offer at least other languages as well. So in case you have customers that want to have a Spanish guided tour, simply keep your eyes open on operated in. We also do have a filter that focuses on just the language side of things. This is a scheduled group departure, but as you can see here, this tour can also be requested as private. I'll just quickly click on it here, and you can see it actually opens up a window showcasing you this tour can be booked privately with a minimum of 15 travelers. So this is sometimes important. Some other partners, their threshold of the minimum travelers is actually lower, but for this purpose, and also to keep the tour costs low, this operator actually only allows group inquiries when it's 15 or more. So you will just fill out all your information as you go through a privately requested tour, and this is then sent to the operator directly. So as we go through the rest of the page, obviously important as far as for you as well as the customers goes is the whole what's included, the itinerary section, where the customers will actually be staying, included activities, what meals are included. All this information can be found on each of the tour detail pages of all the partners and tours that we're working with. Here we're going to the actual what's included section. COVID and health and safety measures still somewhat relevant for a lot of customers as well, even if people are not thinking as much these days anymore. Where you'll be staying, important obviously as well the reviews, as I've mentioned before already, platinum partner. And then when we're going and actually decided this is the tour that we want to book for our customers, we would go down to the departure dates. Again, here it just itinerates that it's an English guided tour. You can book with flexibility, the price for this tour and these certain departures. This might vary once you come into high versus low season. And what's very important as well is this feature and button link here, get instant confirmation. We're connected with a lot of the suppliers via a booking reservation system, which means if you make the booking on our site, it's automatically updates it in the operator system, and you would get immediate confirmation and your spot is confirmed for this trip. So let's click on confirm dates. This opens obviously the book page now. It tells you you are logged in as a travel agent, which is important because if you're not logged in, the commission can actually not be associated to your account. So, but don't worry, we made sure that the site prompts you a few times to make sure, are you a travel agent? Just click yes and proceed with the booking. So in this case, I'm already chosen one traveler. Here's a potential add-on on day 7. I'll decide on that one as well. And everything updates on the left-hand side. So in this case, you can already see your potential commission for this specific booking. You might have seen it before already. We pay our partners currently up to 12% commission. This depends on the tour and the operator that we're working with and the commercial agreements that we have in place. But the majority of all our Partners, we are actually able to give the top tier, which would be the 11 and 12% commission per booking. And I think what's also important, we do not have a threshold in place. So as soon as you've made a booking and the customer actually departs, we will be able to pay you out in that month of the departure date from the customer. So if you remember at the beginning, I've mentioned the payment methods, and that you can actually enter your credit card details into your agent dashboard. So this comes in here handy. So obviously you fill out the customer's details here, nationality, passport, medical information, anything that is required. And when we come to the payment section of our site, we have different options to actually pay for a booking. One of them would be just basic credit card. If you have the customer's credit card, you can enter it in here. If you have a company credit card and you want to pay with your own, this is what it refers to on your agent dashboard. So if you have entered a card in there, you could just simply add it here as well. If you don't want to have anything saved in it, of course, then you don't need to. You just enter the card details. If you do not want to handle the actual payment with the customer, you can simply send a payment link to the customer. Here it says generate payment link, and this you can send to your customers and they can handle the booking. So they will land on the same page. They would not see the commission side of things. They would just proceed the booking and handle their own payments, just because we still see sometimes that there's a security blocker on a credit card and you have to enter special security codes afterwards. And just to avoid all of this, it's easy to let the customer handle all of it themselves. So once you've actually paid and clicked on book now, book one space, the tour is confirmed, you will get an immediate confirmation with a booking conversation page, as we call it. This booking conversation page lets you directly talk with the tour supplier. So in this case, you would directly communicate through our system with G Adventures. And I'll go back to the system because that's what I've shown you before, my bookings. This you can actually click on, and this is the exact booking conversation page. So this is all the tour information summarized, what has been booked, what's still pending. You can communicate back and forth with the supplier here. Hi, I would like to add pre and post accommodation. If you click send message, this will then be directly sent to the tour operator and they will respond within 24 hours, depending if they're international company, probably quicker. If they're a small operator and you're based in the US and they're based in Europe, they might take a day to come back to you. But this is where you can book all those options. This is obviously just a question. I haven't booked yet, but once you go back and forth and have agreed with the supplier that the tour is good as is, you simply click book now and follow the same booking process as before. So I know there was a lot of information that I've covered, and I hope I covered a lot. Again, as I've mentioned before, you can actually share the tour details, a specific page with your customers as well. And this is something you can find here. There's a little share button, a forward button on next to check availability that will just create a link and you can send to your customers. So you don't have to type up or copy paste anything. Simply share that link, and this link only shows up if you actually logged in under your agent account, otherwise it cannot be shared. So yes, I've mentioned the private custom requests. You can communicate directly with the supplier. I want to open the floor and possibly answer any questions that you might have for me. Can be in regards to the products, to suppliers that we're working with, potential payment questions, booking questions. Please feel free to add anything that you might want to know about. And again, we do have a global support team. So just now I'm based in Europe, but we do have a travel agent support in North America as well, and some in Australia, because our office is globally divided. Headquarters happens to be in Austria, but our Canadian and Australian subsidiary work around the clock to make sure we have 24/7 support for all our partners as well. don't be shy when it comes to questions. So just let me know. And obviously, we can always share the recording afterwards. We do have a YouTube channel with a few tutorials on how to utilize, so you can always have a reference point at a later stage. And what also might be important, we do have a Facebook group for agents specifically, where we share updates, insights, data that you can potentially be taking advantage of and join. It's just simply called TourRadar for advisors and agents on Facebook. Should be hopefully straightforward to be found. But again, you can always email agents@tourradar.com to ask us anything at this stage, because we always like to hear feedback on things that are working well, but also things that can potentially be improved to make that whole process again easier for all of our partners. Maybe I'll just wait a bit. Maybe there will be a question coming in. I don't see anything yet, but again, don't be shy. Time to ask now everything. Maybe just to give a bit of clarification on what product again you can find on our site. So we do, obviously, we have 50,000 tours on our site, so there should be something for everyone on our page, from your destination specific tours that you can be looking for, adventure style tours that you could be looking for. So if you know you have someone that's interested more on the food and culinary side, definitely certain pages that you can check out where we give a bit more of an overview of what you can expect, places to go and see, a very generic overview if you need a quick destination or travel style insights. We're trying to put certain pages together that give you some tools that you can utilize and bring forward for your customers. You might be specified on a specific destination or region. This could give you more insights on other aspects as well. Obviously, in this case, it's a food and destination tours, where to go, what to find. I was just recently in Portugal, amazing cuisine, amazing people, amazing culture. So there's a lot of different products and insights that you can actually be using. Here, for example, we have a very local tour operator, Eco Thriller. Personally, I haven't been on a tour yet, but we've gotten great feedback from a lot of those customers as well. Again, just gives you an indication of what reviews they're getting. Some more well-known brands from the UK, Explorer, for example. So yeah, I think I've tried to cover everything that I can and more in the last 30 minutes. No questions have popped up, so I just assume everything's clear and straightforward and you're ready to book your next adventures for your customers. Thanks for joining us. And again, if you have any questions afterwards as well, you can always send an email to agents@tourradar.com, and I'll be more than happy to hear from you. Have a great rest of the day, everyone.